Hey, my wonderful friends. I am so glad you are here with me as I make some sugar scrubs. This is 2025 version of my 4-pack sugar scrub that I bring out every year. Well, at least for the last few years. If you're new around here, my name's Tammy. Let's hang out together a little bit and get to know each other while I make these sugar scrubs. I usually bring out this 4-pack scrub every summer and every winter. The summer version is a foaming sugar scrub. My winter version is my standard sugar scrub. This is mid-July, so I've missed Easter, I've missed Mother's Day, I've missed a lot of the holidays that are like, let's give a gift. So I only made 5, and I am really happy with how they turned out. So I hope you stay tuned to watch. See you on the other side. I just wasn't crazy about mine that I created last year. I really think I had way too many oils in it. So this time I'm reducing the oils and the extra additives by quite a lot. So back when I was a patron of Keely over there at Soy and Shay, she has her own bath whip now, which I have not tried her recipe. This is still the DIY Bath and Body recipe, but she gave recommendations for formulas to make with hers. I'm just going to try it with this and see what happens. I felt like mine last year was not scrubby enough, and it was not even soapy enough. It was just lackluster, guys. I mean, it's not like it was bad. We all have standards though, right? My standard was I wanted it to be a little bit better. I'm just going to leave my spoon in there because I think if I like this, I'm going to make a couple more scents. All right, so I'm going to add a very, very little bit of oil. And actually, I think I should whip this up before I add oil. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one. I'm going to whip it, and then I'll add the second oil after I whip it. I think I should have probably whipped this up. Get some air going. Everything's already been sprayed down with some rubbing alcohol earlier today. I'm using avocado oil. So Keely puts castor oil in hers, and I had to go back up and look to see why. I think it's just to make it a little bit thicker and luxurious feeling. So we're putting a little bit of castor oil in there. I've never done that before. And a little bit of clay. I also have never done this before. I know some people may think it's like I'm giving you all the ingredients, but honestly guys, all you have to do is go to my website and look at my product page and you get all the ingredients there anyway. I don't think it's that big of a deal to show you the ingredients, but I'm not going to show you the amount. Okay, I'm going to color it. Let's see, this is going to be for Blackberry Magnolia. I think I want this to be pink. Gosh, I haven't used Glamour Pink in a really long time. I think I will use that. And I'm going to shock you. I'm getting my scale out. So here's the thing. One thing, I want to be accurate across the board. So when I get a good color of pink, I want to be able to say, okay, this is the amount of pink I had. And I'm all over the place with my sugar scrubs and how dark or how light they are. I want to be able to replicate it, whatever I do here, in whatever batch size I do it in. My lavender will be a really pale lavender one time and a really deep purple the next time. I need to fix it. I don't want something super saturated on my scrubs here, but I am going to be adding some white sugar, and I don't think this is enough to combat that. So I'm going to add just a little bit more pink. It's been a while since I've done this, and it could be that they get darker as they sit too. Roughly 1 gram in this size batch, which is about 40 ounces total. And if I have to, I can add a little bit more once the sugar comes in, but I like to do it beforehand. I think that's a pretty pale pink. I'm going to leave that for now. Guys, I'm going to have to get to Costco. That's where I usually buy my sugar. I'm almost out. I like to split my sugars up. This is something that I learned from Mandy over at Sweet Home Soaps. Follow her on Instagram, guys, if you don't. Her pictures are amazing. But she uses organic cane sugar or something like that. I found something, I don't have my bag anymore. I get that at Costco too. They do have like an organic cane sugar. So I use 50-50. Roughly half of my sugar load is just plain old white sugar, and the other half is that organic cane. And so I'm just going to top this up to the whole amount that I need. I don't know why I'm sitting here stirring it. I got a mixer right in front of me. But sometimes you have to find joy in doing some things, and sometimes it's just more enjoyable to get your hands in there and stir yourself until it gets hard. I know a lot of people use the whisk attachment to get air into products. I've never had good luck with the whisk attachment, so I actually threw them away. And I just use my paddle for everything. It whips air in just fine. Sometimes too much. Look how pretty that is. I'm gonna go wash my hands before I get my jars all jarred up. And guys, another shocker, I made pipe. I'm starting to appreciate the piping. I don't want to, like, my hands are clean, obviously, but I don't want to contaminate it. Let's see if I can grab one and just have it. There, perfect. I'll be right back. Washing my hands, I will say that definitely better than my one last year. So Keely really knows what she's talking about. I felt like it had a lot more soapy qualities. There was a lot more bubbles in it. That part was good. The part that I'm kind of like, I don't know, is the fact that it's not super scrubby, but I have to keep telling myself this is a 2-in-1 product. So it's not probably gonna be as scrubby as just a sugar scrub. It's gonna be diminished because there's body wash involved here. And so I have to keep telling myself that, because I think once I started thinking along those lines, it was much more acceptable to me. So I think as a customer, knowing that this is a 2-in-1 product, it's a body wash and scrub all in one, the expectations may be a little bit more in check with what that product is actually going to be doing. I almost forgot everything else. So I need to add my vitamin E. I need to add some preservative. And I need to add my fragrance oil. This is one of my best-selling scents. I get this from Micah's and More, guys, and if you ever have a chance to purchase from Stephanie over there at Micah's and More, I would highly recommend you giving that one a go. It's just lovely. I'm so smitten with it. I'm not super interested in whipping air into it just yet. I just want to make sure all of those ingredients I just put in there are fully mixed in all throughout the product. So I'm keeping it mostly kind of low speed. And then I think here in a minute, I'll whip a little bit more air in the bottom into it. All right, I don't want to go too far because it'll just deflate in the jars, but I think this is lovely. It's not holding peaks. It's not going to be one of those pipeable scrubs that are really pretty in the jar or whatnot. It's just going to be, it's going to be pretty. It's just not going to have those pipeable peaks type of thing. I had so much oil in mine last year that I think that was my suds killer. I am going to pipe. Not something I'm used to doing. Not something you're probably used to seeing me do. We'll see if I find that it's worth it. think sometimes it's just more mess than it's worth. And it wastes a little bit more product than I think I'm happy with. So clearly I'm not putting a tip in this bag. I'm just trying to make my life a little bit easier. We'll see if I think this made my life easier or not. I'm going to be doing about 2 to 3 ounces in these little 4-ounce jars for the Soap in the Month Club. Let's see what it'll hold. If I go up to 4, I'm happy. I'll be okay with that. 4 will do. It may be looking a little bit light, but it'll be right at the groove of where the lid comes up. I think that's actually pretty good. I hope I made enough in here to do all of these plus some, but I may not have. Ugh, that only went through 2. I'm going to fill her up next time. We're filling her up, guys. Less than 2.5? No. That can't happen. I don't think I made enough. Let me see. I should have 40 ounces. Oh, I didn't. I need 12. I'm only gonna make 10. I wasn't thinking this through. Well, honestly, guys, when I put this in my software and created this recipe and sized it up, I was actually thinking I would be using a 2-ounce jar and not a 4-ounce jar for the Soap of the Month Club. Dang, I'm so mad. Well, I measured my mica, so I should be able to recreate this with no problem. I think my hole needs to be bigger in my bag here. I'm squeezing too hard, working too hard at it. This is supposed to make my life easier, not harder. I'm not too worried about it looking weird on the top because gravity will do its thing and it'll smooth all out. I may have to concede that the piping bag saves a little time. Is it cleaner? Not really. I will not concede that it's cleaner. I actually think it's a tiny bit more messy to do that. You've got all this mess when a spoon would be just less messy. But it is quicker, guys. All right, I'm gonna do this all over again. I'm gonna shut the camera off, and when you come back, I will show you what I have then. I'm gonna make the same size batch because I have plans for this. So my number 1 priority in making this scrub was the Soap of the Month Club members. So they did get a 4-ounce sugar scrub. Now, my mistake, I normally send a 2-ounce jar when I send a scrub to the soap members. I don't know what I was thinking. I have like this cut off of what I want to spend on this extra item that you get. This is about double that, so it is my mistake. I would normally have sent a 2-ounce container. Lesson learned. They just get an extra big gift this time. But there is the Blackberry Magnolia. I was really excited about doing this because it does match the scent of soap that they received for July. So the other scents that I made is the Island Escape. So this is a blue. I'm not loving the blue tone, but it's blue and I really need 4 different colors. It's okay. Island Escape is from Brambleberry. This is a lovely scent. It's very islandy and summery, and so it's perfect for this 4-pack. The next scent I have is green, and again, it's kind of a Kermit green. It's got, I don't know, like this yellow tone to it. It's not my favorite green. I kind of didn't do the best on the colors, but that's okay. Sea Salt and Lily is one of my newest favorite scents, and this is from Brambleberry. I adore this scent, so check that out if you haven't already. And then lastly, I needed my orange, and so I did the sweet orange chili pepper. Now, I did make a mistake on sweet orange chili pepper. I believe what I did was I did not whip enough air into the batch or the mixture from the very beginning before I added the oils or the clay or whatever. I needed to whip more air into it at that stage because after the fact, after the sugar, after all of the extra ingredients I added, I could not get air to whip into this. So this is about an ounce more of scrub in this jar than in the others, and it is not near as full as the others. This sea salt lily is also not super full, whereas like the Blackberry Magnolia is very full. So that whipping is so important, and it is a mistake 10 years in I continue to make, but it is really important for you to have a very good feel of where you're at with the air. You put too much in, it's going to deflate. You don't put enough in, and it's going to either look very, very empty, or you're going to put a lot more product in your jar than you really financially want to do. So learn from my mistakes. So those are my 4 cents. So here is what the box looks like. And it has all of the scent names. It has the weights. I call it Summertime Fun Time Exfoliating Collection. I have, oh, this one, I don't. I need to get my ingredient list on here. I forgot. I don't have my ingredient list on here. I'm glad I got this off the shelf. I will have an ingredient list somewhere on the bottom or the back. And then when you open it up, I created in my Munbin printer, I created just a Summertime Fun Time sticker. Yeah, I've had better stickers, but I wanted something simple and easy, and that was good enough for me for this time in my life. And then when you open it up, that's what you see. You open up your tissue paper because it's all pretty. And then you have your 4 jars. These are the 2-ounce jars in here. And I just adore this pack. I think they're so much fun, and I do very much enjoy having this on my shelf. I try to do different scents all the time, so I'm not doing the same scent over and over every year, but my winter set, I will make at least 10, if not 15 boxes, because that will sell over the Christmas holidays really well. So that is something I need to think about doing in the next couple months so that it's ready for my fall craft shows. I do prefer that formula more than this formula. All in all, this isn't bad. I like it. Maybe I'm biased, but I prefer mine. Guys, I hope you had fun watching the video. I so much enjoy that you're here with me as I just do whatever happens to be on my mind to do. I appreciate you so much. Like, subscribe, and comment. And then stay tuned to next week. Don't know what it's going to be. Could be great. Could be mediocre. Could be lackluster. Could be something you don't like. But it could be something you really like, and I would hate for you to miss it. Bye.